Hello, everyone. It is 2 p.m. on Thursday, the 31st of July. It's the very last day of July. You know what is really cool? I noticed because normally my husband gets home from work normally at 5:30 at night, and I've noticed it's not as dark. Okay, so the days are actually getting longer. Can you believe it? That means we're on our way towards spring. We've got August to go, but I can feel the change. It's coming. How is everyone today? Hey, Marty, nice to see you here. You're having a hard time staying awake. That's okay. That's what replays are for, right? Oh, not a bad day. We don't want that. I hope that tomorrow is a better day for you. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, hey, Tanya. Yes, I did tell some of the girls your sad news today, yesterday, Tanya. So I hope that's okay. Who else do we have here? Hey, Barbara, how are you? Nice to see you. Hello, Jen. Nice to see you. Did your pack arrive, Jen? I'm pretty sure I sent one to you, didn't I? And Leslie, I think you did too. Maureen, hi. Donna, hello. And how have you been, Sheila? You doing better? All right, we'll get going pretty quickly today. I'm going to switch over. I actually had a little panic about 10 minutes before this video. I was setting it up and I'm having some problems with my email. I need my husband to look at the settings so he can see. He's pretty good on that kind of stuff. It's very handy having a husband who's pretty tech savvy. So I'm not especially. I make do and I get by, but I have a little panic if things aren't going the way that I think they're supposed to. So I did have a panic when I didn't think I was going to be able to bring my phone in to be my second camera, because that's how I use the phone as the camera for my desk, so you can see my hands and what I'm doing with our creations. And then of course I use the webcam on my laptop for my face when I'm facing you guys and you can see me talking to you. So I'm just going to go down. I see I've missed a few comments. Oh, hello, Kerry. You're out today. Oh, never mind. I'm so sorry, but that's okay. You can join us on the replay if that works for you. Your hubby's useless with tech, and you have to do it all, do you, Leslie? But we do work it out eventually. Hey, Maggie, how are you? Hi, Glenda. I'm sure I've missed some people, and I'm so sorry if I have, but it's really great that you're here with me today. If you're new, please say hello. Leanne, are you new with us? Have you caught us before? This is my monthly CraftAlong class. So I wanted, before you can see, I've got the banner of my blog up on the screen right now, and the reason that is there is because that is where I put a link to this video for anyone who happens to stumble across my blog. And I pop them up on Pinterest as well. And then also information about this month's CraftAlong, a photo of what we're making, and a link to the written tutorial. If anyone prefers a written tutorial, you can also purchase that. Okay, so that's all there on that web address. It's lookwatimade.com.au. Oh, okay. Well, this will be a little treat for you then, Leanne. Yes, Google is a fantastic thing, and I will be looking at Google later to see if I can fix my phone problem. But it's actually not. It's actually an email problem that I'm having. And so what I do is with these videos, I invite my camera, my phone in by email. I send an email, I pick it up on my phone, and then I access the camera that way. But my email's not working properly, so it wasn't sending emails to my phone. I'm like, what am I going to do? Never mind. Hello, Margaret J. How are you? Yes, thank you. I'm so well. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you're here with us. Did your pack arrive, Margaret? Now, if anyone's wondering, what are the packs I'm talking about? I send out the supplies to make this card to anyone who has ordered with me in the previous month. So if you've ordered $60 or more with me in the month before, so in this case, that would be June, anyone who ordered $60 or more in June would have received the supply pack to make today's card. Now, you can still make today's card even without the supply pack, but you'll just need to use whatever you have. And I'll try and go at a pace that means everyone can join in. So let's have a look. I'll switch over to the desk and let's see what we've got to play with. So this is a double gatefold card. I have made these a long time ago, a few years back. And I have always really loved this simple design. this is the card we're going to be making today. Okay, so it is a double gatefold card, opens out like so. Can you see how it sits? Very, very simple design. And I've just done it with the Painterly Pears suite, which I'll show you as we go through. Okay, so there's that one. And then I've got same products, but I used, instead of this one, which is on basic white, and so for you'd have this section, the white section in the middle to write on, this one I did on basic beige, and I put a white panel in the middle. And I was thinking, I didn't actually say in the written tutorial, because my written tutorial is focused on this card, I didn't actually say how big this piece is. We'll come to that. But for anyone who wants to do it on a different color card base, you can, and then just put your white panel in so you've still got somewhere to write. Do you like that? That's cool. And then here's another alternative, which I just did in some different colors. This is with the fabulous Impressions of Bloom suite or bundle. And then this is the Florals in Bloom matching paper that goes with that. So same thing again. And you can, you know, put your design in the middle. I also like, if you're going to use this, I like being able to maybe put a little bit of stamping or add some dies to the center to give it a bit of decoration. And that's really nice as well. Still plenty of room to write. But anyway, there's a few little samples. We'll look at them again if anyone would like to see them. The floral one's your favorite. Ah, there you go. Well, I'm doing the pears today, and let's pull out all the pieces out of the bag. So if anyone, if anybody did get the supply packs, you will have a little plastic bag like this with all the pieces in it. Okay, so let's see what's in here. Okay, I've got a piece. Start with the basics. Excuse me. This piece of paper is 28 centimeters long by 10.5 wide. I am giving you the measurements in this video, but if of course if you're purchasing the written tutorial, all the measurements are in there as well. And it's also I'm so sorry. I just see Tanya has popped in, and everyone's yeah, Sasha, I know, it's so sad because we've all been following how she's been going since, you know, she had the chemo and she amputated the leg and all the things, and we thought she was doing so much better. So that's must be just such a shock for you guys, and I'm so sorry. Just heartbreaking stuff, right? Hey, Helen, how are you? Nice to see you here. So this is a very simple card design. Okay, I have cut a piece of basic white thick cardstock in half vertically. The halfway point for a piece of A4 cardstock is 10.5 centimeters. So 10.5 centimeters wide, because a piece of A4 cardstock is 21 centimeters wide. So 10.5 centimeters is the halfway point. And if you go vertically, you're going to get 2 cards out of one of these. But I am also using a separate piece of basic white thick. Okay, so there's actually, so if you're thinking about that, I guess you really only do get 1 card out of a piece of A4. If you're doing this in inches, that will work as well. You'll go, it'll be a 8.5 by 11 piece of inches piece of US letter cardstock. And so in Imperial, you would cut in half vertically would be the 4.25 inch mark. Okay, so I'm doing mine, and here comes the sun, which means we might get some shadow, and I'll have to shut the blind. But if the shadow's bothering anybody, too much shadow here on the desk, please let me know, and I just close the blind, and that will improve things. I know. Everyone's thinking of you, Tanya. Everybody is. I know. We want them to be around a lot longer. That's the problem with any kind of pet, don't you think? Unless maybe you're thinking about a sulphur-crested cockatoo, because if you have one of those, they last for 100 years or so. In fact, they outlive most people. So, and my Cookie, I had Cookie for anyone who doesn't know, I lost Cookie a few months ago, and he lived 27 years. So we had him for a very long time. But fur babies, 4-legged fur babies, don't last as long, and it's so sad because we want them to be here a lot longer than they are, because they're our family members, right? As Glenda said, they're our babies, and we miss them terribly. Oh, I know. So So I know, Tanya, I know. And, you know, he's some people might say he's just a bird, but I had him, like I said, for 27 years from when he was a tiny little baby, and he'd been through all the changes in my life and before children, before all kinds of things happened to me. And I always felt like he was, you know, my little support crew, and he was such a happy little guy. So I do miss him a lot. All right, I will keep moving on. This is 28 centimeters long or 11 inches if you're following along on the size. 4.25 inches wide for those of you who are in the imperial, and 10.5 centimeters wide for those of you who are doing metric. All right, so that piece is ready to go. Then this piece is in metric, let me think. Let me go metric. I've got to get my sizes right. 10.5 centimeters by 14.8. Okay, so this is half a length of A4 paper, and this is 10.5. So this is, you can see if I put both of those together, they're the full width of the cardstock, the 21 centimeters. If you're doing this in inches, then it would be 4.25 by, let me have a think, 5.5. Okay, so that is your sizing. So you're going to need 2 pieces for the base in this case. And the introduction of this extra piece makes this a very sturdy card. Okay, so it's not flimsy at all. So for example, see, I've got my top piece here, and this piece at the back gives it a lot of stability. Okay, it means it stands up really easily to display, and it's a much more solid card, and it all still fits in a standard size envelope, and we love that, right? So this now needs to be scored. If you have the packs, I have already scored it for you, so you're a bit lucky. But if it's metric, we are scoring at, let me do it, bring my scoring piece in. I'm just going to move my blade completely out of the way so I don't accidentally cut. And that's my tip for you. Always move your blade out of the way, your cutting blade out of the way when you're scoring. All right, so what we do, we put this in at the 5 centimeter mark and we score. All right, and then we go 9.5 and we score again. Okay, so you've got these 2 score lines. Then you turn the whole thing around, and we're going to do the same thing on the other end. So 5 and 9.5. Mine's already scored, but that's what you would do if you were scoring at this point. So 5 and 9.5. Okay. If you're doing this in inches, you're scoring at 2. Just double check myself. 2 inches, and then 3 3/4. Okay, 2 inches, 3 3/4. Then you turn it around and do the same thing on the other end. 2 inches and 3 3/4. Who's crafting along today? Anyone? Anyone want to pop their hand up and tell me if they're crafting along, or do people? I know some people like to watch and then come back later and watch the replay and make it. So either way is fine. I don't mind, but I'm always interested to know who's crafting along. So if you are, pop your hand up. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold these pieces on the score line now. We're going to fold this one towards me and then this one back. So it looks like this. So I get my bone folder and I flatten down the edge, or some people say burnish it, so that that's going to sit nice and flat for me, like so. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. I'm going to fold this one towards me and then this one back. And when you do that, you will see they meet exactly in the middle. All right, so that's how you know you've done it right. All right, so I'm going to fold these down as well. You're crafting, Leslie? Cool. Am I going at the right speed? Tell me if I am. And if you at any point want me to slow down or do something over, do it again, speak up. Let me know, because I'm hoping that those of you who are crafting along will finish up today with a finished project, something you're happy with. All right, so it should look like this now. Okay, so when you sit it up, you have this fold, and that's your double gatefold. So a gatefold card is a card that folds in and meets in the middle, and a double gatefold card is one that folds in and then back out again, like this. So that's why it's called a double gatefold. Okay, all right. Then we have some pieces that I've already pre-cut. If you've got this, if you don't have the pack, this is the size of your pieces. So I did for this one. This is actually my favorite paper in this pack. I love a lot of this paper, but I really love this one with the petal pink background. I think it's really nice. These two are 4.5 centimeters wide, or 1 3/4 inches if you're using imperial. Okay, if you're using inches. Then I have 4 pieces, the same height, but these are narrower. These ones are only 4. So this one's 4.5. These ones are 4. Okay, and there are 4 of those. Oh, look, I gave myself an extra one. I wonder if I hope that doesn't mean somebody's short. Can I take the banner down? I am so sorry. Of course I can, Jen. I'm so sorry. I forgot all about it. Thank you for saying that. Silly me. Oh, well, everyone knows my web address now, right? All right, and let me, while I'm taking that quick break, I'm going to put the blind down so we haven't got so much shadow. This happens whenever it's been overcast and rainy all day, and then all of a sudden the sun came out, and that's what happens. All right, that's better, isn't it? Thank you for that. You're just watching today, Lorraine. Nice to see you, by the way. All right, so we have 2 of the wider ones, and then we have 4 of the slightly narrower ones. They're 0.5 centimeter less wide, and these would be, if you're doing inches, these would be 1.5 wide, these guys, for the DSP. Okay, so if you're doing metric, of course, Sheila, or actually I shouldn't say of course, because we do have some people that use inches no matter where in the world you are. Are you a centimeters girl, Sheila? Just checking to see. Let me know. So these are 10 centimeters by 4.5, these 2 wide ones. And then these 4 that are all the same, they're like a complementary color. And I chose these because you've got the petal pink background in this busier paper with the pears on it. And then this is a more simple design, one of the B sides, I would call this, but that has the petal pink as well. So these go really, really well. Sue said she's an inches person. Okay, so I have put both in the written tutorial, both inches and centimeters. I always do that because I know some of the people who purchase my tutorials are not in Australia. They're in a place where inches is used, either Canada or the US. So even though I feel sorry for the Canadians, and yet somehow they seem to manage really well, because my understanding is Canadians use metric. Okay, it's a country that has gone to metric. They use kilometers and all that kind of stuff. But when they come to paper, they're still using US letter paper, so they're using paper in inches. So I find, are you guys, if we've got any Canadians watching that can tell me if that just comes second nature, or are you guys confused? Because I would be confused in that situation. Hey, Roz, nice to see you. All right, so you got 4 of these 4 centimeter wide ones, okay, or what did I just say? 1.5 inches, okay, and they are 4 inches long. Okay, so we're going to start with the 2 wide ones. Move the others out of the way. Now the 2 wide ones are going to go here on these outside panels. All right, so doesn't matter which one goes where. I mean, you can use the other sides, but these are more like I said, the B sides. So I just really like these. I think this is such beautiful paper. It's just gorgeous, right? You're mostly inches, Leslie. I'm inches when it comes to scrapbook pages, because scrapbook pages are on 12 by 12 paper, so it makes sense to do things in inches. And our paper is 12 by 12, right? But for cards, because it's on A4, I tend to switch back to centimeters. So I do go a little bit between both. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue. I use Tombow, but you can use whatever glue suits you. The reason I like to use Tombow is because it takes a moment for it to dry, and that means that you can sort of slide it into the right spot. So if you don't quite get it right on your first pass, you've got a bit of moment to, whoop, there goes that. I don't know if anyone just saw what that was. Now, these pears do have a right way up. So if you have any pears on your paper, you want them not upside down. So you want to have them going the right way. And you put it on this panel so there's a bit of a border. Oh, there goes the slidey. So there's a bit of a border all the way around. So if I hold that up. Can you see what I mean? Like I've got a white border all the way around my DSP. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one on the other side. So once again, let's grab some glue and let's pop that on. And let's get that right there like that. Okay, so now we've done our 2 outside panels, right? Now the next 4, these 4 here, or 5 if you've got an extra piece. I hope no one's got a piece short. That's all I'm worried about now. These 2, the first 2 are going to go on these panels, the next panels along, because these panels are a little bit less long, remember? So those 2 are going to go like that. So let's go ahead and put those on. You can see I've got those beautiful pear designs on the other side. It's almost a shame to cover them up, isn't it? And then that piece is going to go there once again with those little borders. Are we moving along at the right pace? And then this one, same thing. I'm going to get some glue on the back of that, and it's going to go on this more narrow panel, that one there. So these 2 panels are narrower than the 2 outside panels. And that's how it should look so far. It looks pretty promising at this point. You can kind of see how it works, right? Now, while we have these panels, we are going to apply these 2 panels to our base piece. So this is 14.8 by 10.5, or if you're doing it in inches, it would be 4 inches by 5.5. Okay, and this is another piece of basic white thick. And I'm going to get my 2 pieces and I'm going to put them on the 2 ends. So I'm going to apply glue to the back, and we'll have the same size border around the edges here, these 3 sides of the DSP, as what we do on these pieces. Okay, so you can see it's a little tiny bit. What would that be? About 1/8 of an inch, 2 millimeters, maybe something like that. And you're going to apply these to here. So we'll get some glue on the back of these. I'm just going to whack that on there. Everyone's gone very quiet. So you're either just all watching, or hopefully some of you are creating as well. Right, here we go. We had our Zoom class yesterday, and some of you girls who are here today are on the Zoom. Were on the Zoom yesterday, and it's lovely to see you again. And we used the Jolly Holly set and made 3 Christmas cards. That was fun. As I said to some of the girls yesterday, lucky you guys, you get me nearly every day this week, if you, especially on the Zoom. Now, we don't have a Zoom scheduled for August, but there will be one in September. So it'll be a little while until the next Zoom, and they're every second month, every second one. Well, I have thought about doing them every month. I think I probably could, but just for now, I'm doing it every second month, and then we'll see if there's enough interest to do them more often. All right. So we might as well stick this bit together. What you're going to do is you're going to close it so that these 2 bits meet in the middle, like this. Okay, can everyone see that? Okay, and I'm going to put glue on this back panel. So not on these front bits, but just on this back panel here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my glue and pop it all the way around, because this is going to end up on our base piece. I'm calling this the base piece. Oh, you enjoyed the Zoom? I'm so happy. Yay, Sheila. That makes me very happy. They're a lot of fun, and it's so nice to see all the people face to face that we talk to on these other videos. So, all right, so I'm going to stand up for this because I want to make sure I get this lined up. And if you are using a grid like I am, you can line it up so that the middle, you know where the middle is. Okay, so I'm just going to actually, let me see, move it down a little bit. And I'm going to put this right in the middle. And you're thinking, well, how do you know it's right in the middle? You should have the same amount here as here. And you want to line it up so that the cardstock edge, the edges are together. Okay, so this piece now is right in the center of our card, what I'm calling the card back. All right, so that's how that looks. And that now will open out, and it's got this really lovely sturdy piece on the back. So it's a really nice sturdy card. Even if you made, I've made this with basic white thick, but even if you made it with basic white, you'd have enough layers here to make it sturdy enough. Okay, so it's actually very simple. You're just finishing off the cards from yesterday, Janine. Didn't quite get them done. Did I move too fast, do you think? Is that the reason? I've just got a little tiny bit of glue on the back of this. Now, if that happens, here's a tip for you. Let me grab my, give me a second. If you have a little bit of glue accidentally where it shouldn't be, like I do, get yourself your embossing buddy, which is in your embossing additions kit, and tap over that glue, and that'll take all the stick off. All right, it's not sticky anymore. Yay. Hey, Dimity, nice to see you. All right, so now we have the basis of our card, and now what we need to do is decorate the front. Okay, so has everybody got something? Those of you who are crafting along, Leslie, can you tell me, have you got something that looks like this? Are you with me? Oh, you're doing the insides. Great idea, Janine. All right, so I've actually cut myself the largest of the stylish shaped circles. So this is what I'm talking about. This is my fantastic stylish shapes. Oh, look, it's got a spare dimensional backing in the middle there. I don't know why, but those things, they get everywhere. Let me just pull this out for a second. I've got it on a magnet sheet just to try and keep it a little bit together. And I've got other things going on that shouldn't be, like dimensionals. All right, so this is such a great set. And I will say this over and over as long as I sell this set, that this is my go-to set. Number one. My second set right behind these is the textured notes dies, which is all those lovely rectangles. But this one is so good. You get 6 circles, 4 banners, and 5 squares. And that gives you so much, so many choices when it comes to putting sentiments on the front of cards and all sorts of stuff. I use it in lots and lots of different ways. Now, in this case, I have used it here as my backing behind my pear. Okay. And I do have this one as a separate. I can show you how to do this if anyone would like to see, but this is a different one. I've actually got some, some different dies here, and I've used the double pairs, the pair of pairs. I've used those. Okay. You're with me. Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, these are so good, aren't they? You know what? The other day, the tiny little banner, I couldn't find it anywhere. I thought, oh no, have I lost it? Guess where it was? It was stuck to the bottom of my mechanics tray, because those things are very, very strongly magnetic, and that's where it was stuck. All right. So what we're going to do first, in the instructions, it did say, for those of you who have the packs, if you have a blending brush, or you could use a sponge or even a sponge dauber, and we're actually going to be sponging some petal pink ink on the center of our circle. So I'm just grabbing out my problem is that I've got way too many blending brushes. I need to actually, I'm going to have to do something about it. I'm actually probably going to have to, this one's not too bad. It's got a bit of orange on it, but petal pink is kind of an apricot-y kind of a color. So I'm going to use my petal pink ink, and I'm going to pick some up with my blending brush like this. So we're making sure we get some ink off the surface. If you are doing a lot of blending, you will need to use your re-inkers for those ink pads more often, because it does take a lot of ink off the surface. Okay. I love this die set too, Dimity. It's just beautiful. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start in the middle, and it's this petal pink, and there's a bit of orange on my brush, let's be honest, but we're going to end up with kind of a petal pinky kind of a look to it. So you start in the middle and you make circles and you work your way out, so it's sort of blending out into the outside of the circle. All right, kind of looks like that. Peach pie would also look okay if you have peach pie. Even though there's no peach pie in the paper, you would get away with that. So this is the petal pink that I'm trying to see. You can see mine's a little bit oranger, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that today. I do need to get new blending brushes, or I need to wash the ones I have, right? All right, so everyone should have one of these in their packs. If not, cut yourself one of these. This is just gold foil paper, and I have used the dies in this set. So let's have a quick look at them because they are so nice. They're such good dies. And I love that they match the paper, which is how we've ended up with pairs like this. They've actually cut components of the paper out. So we've got the little banner die. In fact, there's two banners in this set. There's a little tiny weeny one, and then this one that's a bit longer, so that you can put some of the stamps. Where are the stamps? So, for example, the congratulations and the thank you fit on this longer one, whereas the words friend or hello will fit either on the long one or the short one. Okay, and then this one cuts out the little peach, the pair of peaches. This is the die that I've used to cut the leaves, this one here. And then we've got this die that does like standalone leaves, and that's what I used. Where is the other card? Did I just lose the other card? I just showed it to you, so we know it's here. Oh my goodness. How do I do this so quickly? It maybe fell on the floor. Might be underneath my desk. Oh, we'll come back to that in a moment. But it's the one with the basic beige base, okay? And I will show you how I made this. Did anyone see where I put it? Never mind. I can lose things faster than anyone else I know, right? I know, I like it too, Denise. It's fabulous. You're using peach pie? Yeah, you'll get away with that, Sheila. At the side. Which side? That side or that side? What did I do? Oh, well. Lucky I showed it to you already, and if I can't find it again before the end of this video, you'll just have to trust me that we did make it. It was the one where I stamped on the inside, and I showed you that. Huh. Okay. I give up. Let's keep moving. All right. So what is nice that some of these dies, this one, this one, this one, and this one, all cut out pieces of the DSP. So you can see, actually, let me get the DSP because at least I know where that is. All right. So we've got this piece here that's got like really nice leaves on the... Shh. Oh, we're terrible. Oh, look, I found it. It is on the floor. It fell on the floor. There it is. Yay. All right, see how I use the double pairs? Okay, and I've used this standalone die. I did it in early espresso, and that's this one here. Okay, so I've used pieces of this poking out behind my double pairs there. So this is the piece, though, that has all the images that you can cut out. So I love that this matches. Don't you love it? Who loves it when Stampin' Up! Does this? Because I absolutely do. I just think it makes life so easy that you can cut out pieces. And in fact, if I see components of a DSP that, you know, can be cut out with dies, it makes me want it almost immediately. That's when I didn't buy this paper until I saw it did this. And then I went, right, got to have that then. So see how it matches all of these images? Even these petal pink flowers cut out on here. So that makes it super, super easy, right? All right, so on the back of that, you've got the green. And let's have a quick look at a few of the other. This is half a pack because I've already used so much of it. This one, this is actually my favorite. Oh, no, the pink one that we've used today is my favorite. Let me see if I used up all of that out of here. I think I have. Yeah. So I'm just showing you what I've got left in this pack. So this one's got, you've got your little pears on a what's it? Darling Duckling is the yellow behind this. It's kind of a greeny yellow. Hey, Lorraine. Ah, very nice. You'll have to catch the replay, and I hope you enjoy it when you do. And on the back, we've got like Someone called this wattle, and I guess I can see why it would be called wattle. Oh, that reminds me, tomorrow is the 1st of August, which here in Australia is Wattle Day, and the horse's birthday, apparently. So I don't know who decided that. This one's got like a secret sea, more of a secret sea influence. There's a bit more of the blues in this paper. Really interesting. While I think of it, did everyone hear that next week from the 5th of August, they are doing a 15% off all new in colors, and that will include any packs of stuff that have the in colors in them. Okay, so then you have the Secret Sea here, that one again with the pears. Oh, I've got lots of that. Obviously, this is and there's Mossy Meadow on the back of here, so that's nice. I've obviously stuck a whole bunch of these in together, but that's okay. Oh, and there's also this one. This one is the one that it makes a good scrapbook layout because, you know, the pieces go all the way around. But this is the one that I used on our card that's got those petal pink pieces. You're getting more of it? I know, I bought a ton of it as well. I've still got one full pack left, but I haven't even opened that pack yet. So I've got plenty to see me through. All right, so we've got this piece of gold, and this is the die that has cut that out. And I really like this die. I just think it's really, let me just get all the little pieces. So if you got the packs, you may need to push out any pieces that didn't quite push out. Okay, and then just a little bit. I haven't seen Cherie today. That's who I haven't seen today. We did see her yesterday on the Zoom, which was lovely. Yes, there's, I believe that's right, Tanya. I hope I haven't given the wrong information, but that's how it was explained to me. So I really hope that that's correct. So, you know, if you see things that, like, for example, the sparkle dots that go with this suite, where are they? I think they're still these. Okay, these are the sparkle dots, and these are Darling Duckling and Mossy Meadow and Secret Sea. So because it has those two in colors in it, I believe these will be on sale as well. So that's how I'm understanding the sale. And if I've got it wrong, someone can tell me and I'll apologize, but that's how I believe it works. I don't think so, Donna. I think these colors have actually been very popular, although last year's were hugely popular. All right, now I'm putting this to one side. Can you see that? Because I'm going to have this kind of going off the edge like this, and I want this to poke out from underneath. If you want it to poke out a little bit more, you could put it a little bit more in the center. Up to you how much you have it going over. Okay, so, but that's how I'm having it looking, so it's coming out from behind my pear. Now, I put my leaves onto the pear before I started, and how I did this was I used a glue dot. And if you don't put the leaves behind the pear, you want the leaves to look like they're coming out from here, like from the top. So if you wanted to, what you can do is get your snips or whatever scissors you use and cut off the little piece around the bottom, like that bit of white, and then it will look more like it's coming out of the pear. Does that make sense what I'm saying? And I'm going to use a glue dot right there behind the very bottom of the leaf, and I'm going to attach it just right there over the top. There we go, like that. It's rather cool, isn't it? That's how you read it too? Not sure it includes the blends. I would think it would. I can't see why it wouldn't. So I know those embellishments are great, and they're nice. They're called low profile, meaning they're not terribly bumpy. You know, obviously they're a little bit of a bump, but they're not high, which makes them really good for scrapbooking for people who have, you know, don't want to have too much bulk in an album. So, so that's a good idea. Now that I've got this pear, I'm putting it face down, and I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind it. So I'm going to put, you can put one or two, totally up to you, but I'm just going to have one here. And then I'm going to have one right at the top where that join is. So I'm putting it so it's just behind here, but also goes over the join. So that helps keep the leaf on as well, rather than just having it on with the glue dot. Okay, so a dimensional to hold the leaf on as well as the glue dot to make it nice and strong. And I'm going to take the backs off those, and I'm going to have that going over one side there. So it's kind of just off the edge. It does include the blends. Thank you, Anne. I need to sit down and read through it properly. But yeah, what I've looked at so far and what I've spoken about with other people, that's how we understand it. All right, so this is nearly ready to pop on, okay? I am going to stamp my greeting. Now, if you don't have the Perfect Pairs set, you can choose something else. I used early espresso ink for this, and I used the thank you, but you could have, maybe this time I might use hello. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it not right in the middle. I'm going to put it to the left-hand side here. So let me, will I go with hello? Yeah, I think I will go hello. And oh, there's the hello. I thought I'd lost it there for a second, but wouldn't be the first time, that's for sure. Right, just a gentle tap into the early espresso ink. And once again, I'm going to sort of get over the top of it. So I'm sorry. I'm going to go a little bit to the left of the middle, like that. So I've got more room to put this end in underneath the pear. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So, but I've still got enough room here to add a gem if I wanted to. All right, so I'm deciding what angle I'd like that to be on. And that's looking really good. So you can have this flat or you can put it on dimensionals. If you're going to use dimensionals, because of the size of the banner, I would suggest minis. And I'm going to just have 2 there. Take the backs off those. And I'm deciding, yeah, that's about the right angle for me. So put this, actually push it in a little bit further. It's up to you, really, whether you want your pear to be on straight or on an angle. It's looking good, isn't it? Isn't that pretty? Oh, nice to have you with us, Donna. Thank you. I just bought, last month I bought Secret Sea and Cloud Cover blends, but I haven't bought the other 3 colors yet, so I'll definitely be getting those. All right, so this is ready for us to put on, and we will add some bling as well, but I'll do that at the very end. And let me put these pieces all back. This piece will go in here. So just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is correct. 10 pieces that go in our kit here. And I'll just put them back in here so they don't get lost. Everyone's aware, I think, that the number of pieces, the quantity of dies is always here at the front. It's a bit hard to see, but it tells me that there's meant to be 10. And so whenever I'm putting them away, I count before I put them away to make sure I have them all back in the pack. Because how easy is it to get that wrong? All right, so now we've got our card base ready to go. All right, and this is how I like to attach my circle. Okay, close your card base, hold it down so it's flat, and get yourself some dimensionals. I use 3, and I put 1 down here and 1 here. So about an inch, or not even, from the top and the bottom on whichever side you want to have the circle, because you can have the circle on either the left side or the right side. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure you choose one or the other. Okay. Hey, Rose, nice to see you. All right. So then what we do is we get a third one, and you can see I've gone 1, 2, 3, a little bit over here. So I've kind of made a curve, and then I'm going to take the backs off them, holding it down in place. I'm going to stand up so I can get this centered. And I'm going to have it so that it's right there in the middle. And my hello banner is straight. Just push down the side where your dimensionals are, and then it's done. It's ready. Okay. So the last thing I want to do with this is I want to add my sparkle dots. Because of the colors that are in here, you could pick any of these to go with this, because you've got the Secret Sea here in these leaves. You've got the darling duckling. I was going to say darling daffodil. That's a bit of a mishmash, isn't it? Mashup. But the the Darling Duckling is in the pear and also in these yellow flowers. And then the Mossy Meadow is all the way through the paper as well. So take your pick, whichever one you like. Which ones shall we use today? Anyone want to suggest which one we should use? Oh, that's good, Helen. Thank you so much for saying that. I haven't done that yet, so that's very helpful. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to use my pokey tool. And when someone tells me whether I should use Secret Sea, Mossy Meadow, or Darling Duckling, I'll go ahead and pick one. What do we think? Which one do you think would look good? Or do you think it doesn't matter? Mossy, says Marilyn. Okay, so I'm going to pick a large mossy one, which will probably go, maybe down towards the bottom here. And then maybe two small ones. I'm going to have one small one on the end of my banner. Whoops, a little bit too far over. That's better. That's good. And then another small one further up. Here or here? I think a little closer together. There we go. That one I might want to move that slightly. There we go. And that's a finished card, guys. How did we go? Oh, we had some people saying Mossy and some people saying Duckling. But I went with Marilyn because she was first. Now, if you wanted to, of course, you could put a little bit of stamping, or even maybe, you could grab maybe one of the pears from the Painterly Pears paper that you cut with the dies and pop those in the corner. But it's totally up to you. I think I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping because I've got the stamps right here, and I think I'll do the double pears. Totally up to you. On the other card that I pulled out before, I did the little flowers, which are these little flowers, and some little splatter, because there's some splatter in this, or dottage as some people like to call it, in this set, which I really like. And I'm going to go, I think I'll go Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to stamp these little guys. So if you don't have the stamps, obviously, you could find something else. You could cut something out of the paper, or, this maybe just something simple. But having the stamps is a real bonus. Now, I'm going to I'm going to do this in Darling Duckling, okay, which is the yellow that is in this paper. Can you see that we've got yellow on there? And then I'm going to get a sponge dauber and my Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to give these Darling Duckling, and I'm going to add, I'm going to add some Mossy Meadow around the bottom here, like some shading. And then I'm going to pull that in. I'm going to get over the top of it, and I'm going to line it up. This is a two-step stamp, like that, which looks really nice, doesn't it? So you've got the green and the yellow together, which look really good and kind of matches with our pear over here. You went rogue, did you, Sheila? Ooh, rogue is fun. What did you do? All right, so that is how simple, and there's plenty of room there to write. Now, don't forget, if you're using a different coloured card base, like I was on this one, this is basic beige, then you may want to put in, you could write on basic beige, or you could put in a white piece. And if you're going to do that, that is 10 centimetres or 4 inches if you're using inches, but 10 centimetres high and 8.5 wide. Okay, and inches for that would be, using my map to tell me, it's about 3 3/8 is the width of that in inches. Okay, so, I'm glad you like it, Debbie. Thanks. Nice to see you there. So that is the same thing, and I've used the same papers, but I've used that basic beige background paper. And this one I used the double pears, but I put the that standalone piece, and I did that with the early espresso because we had well, there's early espresso in the paper here, but also in our stamping of the sentiment, and that looks really nice as well. So you like this card? Yes, you know, it looks nice with everything. And for anyone who missed the beginning, I did it in this case. I did the same card, but with the impressions of bloom stamps and dies, and also the florals. Is it floral impressions? Is that what it's called? I get the names of. We've got so many things that say florals that I get really confused with some of the DSP names. So this is the same thing, but with different papers and different dyes. So you really can use this design in lots and lots of different ways. It's very, very versatile and very easy. Okay, so, and also stands up really well for display, no trouble at all. And it still fits in a standard envelope. So we love that, right? Very, very simple to do. I've seen other double gatefold cards that I really like, but the reason I like this particular style is because of this backing piece that makes it so sturdy. So there you go. Oh, level 74 sounds so much better than turning 74, doesn't it, Jen? I'm level 60. You're way ahead of me. You're beating me. It's a different way of thinking about it. I think it's a very positive way to think about it. Happy birthday, by the way. Oh, good, Lani. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this is a fun fold or a fancy fold. Sometimes people call them fun folds. Sometimes people call them fancy folds. I like all sorts of different fun fold cards. And this is just one that I think really lends itself to a lot of different designs. So let's just cover what we've done. If you received the supply pack, you would have had all the pieces, and hopefully some of you have made it. How did you go, Leslie? Did you get through it okay? Oh, really, Sheila? Wow, that's a big one too. Oh, it's a big birthday. Anything with a 0 on the end is a bit, I don't know, a little bit daunting, I think. And then you kind of get used to it. I think I'm going to get used to being 60. So this is just one way of using, or several ways of using, this one card design. Very, very simple, and I hope you'll give it a try. I'd love to see what you come up with. If you head over to my blog, I'm going to put that banner back up again. Here it is. It's lookwatimade.com.au. If you wanted to get a little bit more information, you can see a link to this video there, but also there is a purchase now button if anyone would like to purchase the written tutorial. I know some people just prefer to have written tutorials of particular cards, and that's why I make those available, and it is in inches and centimeters. While you're there, make sure you sign up for my newsletter, because I send out weekly newsletters as a general rule, and that's got any news or information about sales or everything that's new. All that kind of stuff is in those newsletters so that you don't get left behind and you always know what's happening. All right, let me remove the banner. Do we have any questions or anything about anything that we've done? Oh, good, Leslie. You happy with it? Yes, the measurements are all in. The measurements are in the written tutorial, and I also gave them in this video. So you can go back and watch the video, Lani, if you just arrived, and all the measurements, I've discussed them all the way through. So they're either in the written tutorial, or you can go back and watch the video and get them there. Oh, I'd love to see it, Sheila. That'd be great. All right, let's click back. Does anyone have any questions for me before we say bye-bye? We finished a little bit earlier today. That's not like me. What happened? Did I miss something? Is there something I haven't done? I feel like there might be. You won't be here Friday night, Donna. That's okay. That's okay. We'll see you again soon. All right, so Friday night's only tomorrow night. Yes, I will be live again tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Sydney time, for anyone who's wondering. And I know that that's not always a great time for some of my overseas ladies, but there's always replays. So hopefully we'll catch you on the replay if we don't catch you live. For those of you who are in my team, I'll see you on our next Monday morning chat. And also any questions or anything that you guys need to know, everything gets answered over on our team groups. So we're very happy to have you ask questions there. All right, you guys, I'll say ta-ta for now. Have a lovely afternoon, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.